Magalon, home to a civilization of millions. 166 years have passed since the comet hit, turning everything to ashes. A new era has begun. The war between the free people and the Alps is over.
Yes.
The hybrid lost control of its armies and ceased to function. The Alps became understanding and peaceful. The Elex was released and once again spread across the entire hemisphere below the Alps' ice palace. But humans are quick to forget. Many of the larger settlements claimed the victory as their own and paid little interest to the affairs of others. Only a few remember those dark times, or one Commander Jax. My name and my deeds faded away in the mists of myth and legend. Many years after the war with the Alps, humankind is plagued by petty conflicts and territorial disputes.
Territorial disputes are for whores.
Even though there's still the persistent uneasiness about the strange celestial phenomenon that was called forth by the hybrid before its defeat, I know that an unknown foe will come soon. The lives of all the aware will be shaken to their very core. All my efforts to prepare humanity for this impending danger were for naught. Humans forget. A vague, unknown threat looming in the sky quickly became nothing but a small, daily nuisance to most.
A small nuisance.
Until now.
Every narrator needs a hype man, gang. I don't know. How do you tell a story without a hype man? The day the whores overran the camp. That voice needs to be on everything. That's gorgeous, by the way. Look at that. Look at old Jax taking a carcass of something that should probably never be eaten up to the house. Nice little bite to eat. Get him some sleep. Get him some antidepressants too. He looks a little upset. He looks a little less than pleased. Clem El Kiko. What up, dog? Welcome back to Elex, gang. We finally made it. We got that torturous tyrant Elden Ring off our back. We can finally start having fun again. Oh, man. I feel like the song that plays at the end of Phantom Tollbooth is playing right now. Like, doo-doo-doo-doo, you won it. You got out of there. You finally escaped the torture of frickin' Dance Dance Revolution simulators that people have equated as hard combat. Yeah, go nuts. I tell you what, when the monsters come, if my dancing ability is what gets me out of it, then I'll accept Elden Ring as a hard game. Until then, I'll just keep trying to do things in the real world that are actually tough, like raising kids and trying to teach them not to become horrible people. The job of a parent. That's what I'm gonna stick to. Those are the challenging things I like. Repetitious Dance Dance Revolution simulators, not so much. And yes, I am teasing Elden Ring. I am only poking fun. Elden Ring fans, worry not. I did overall objectively think the game was fantastic. It just took me way too many hours to figure out that I never should have played it. And I do feel a little slighted from Software, not intentionally. I think in their heart of hearts they were trying to do exactly the right thing. And frankly, like, I put myself in From Software's shoes. I would not. That is the...
Damn it. I better get out of here before these things make short work of me.
From Software is like the one company, aside, like, I'd never want to be Activision or EA or Ubisoft. I wouldn't want them headaches. of having to try to run a company that big and then having to make things that inevitably people hate, because in order to make a lot of money to make a big machine run, you usually have to do shit that a lot of people don't like. So I'm good.
Shit.
But like, I wouldn't want to be
Damn
From
tower landed
Software
right on my fucking
because
house.
my read on
Guess I
them
forget about
from
my
playing
gear.
as much of their game as I've played, and you know, interacting with its fantastic fan base. You talk about some really cool people. Like, I just really get the impression that FromSoft has a very segmented audience and fan base in terms of what they like and what they don't. You've got your hardcore From Software gang, the folks that run around in their underwear with gloves. I've seen that guy on YouTube. He's amazing. He took out the final boss in Elden Ring without getting hit in his underwear, which is not easy. I've been to the final boss. I have lost a couple of times to the final boss, and I got to a point with the final boss where I was like, oh, this is exactly what I hated about every From Software game ever before now. And they waited until the racking final boss to unleash this on me. Like, I got away with playing the game my way the whole game, which is why I was singing its praises, and then you get to the end and it just funnels you into this From Software torture simulator of, if you don't like spending a lot of your time, your free time, repeating the same tedious shit over and over and over again so that you can memorize Dance Dance Revolution moves, you're not gonna get good at the game. And guess what? You know what Chambers hates more than anything? Unnecessary fucking repetition. If you could teach me how to do this in one fight, I'm not taking 40 to do it, because you're obscuring it in obtuseness and weird tells that the characters have. Like, I'm not doing that. I get that there is a perfectionist on this planet, and perfectionists love nothing more than to display their perfection. That's why they make videos running around in their underwear. And by the way, I'm not criticizing. We all want to be loved for what we're good at, gang. Got it. But I'm never going to get good at that. And it was kind of frustrating for me to get through an entire game enjoying myself, to just get to the end of it and basically be told, you can no longer enjoy this game the way you like. You now must play it the way we made it. And part of me was like, why did you let me play it my way the whole time, to include the Melania fight? I did not play by the rules. I played my way. And it was like, why did you save this till the end of the game? Why did you do this? Oh, you hate everybody. I got it. Anyway, so I did, like, it wasn't intentional. I'm not saying From Software. That would be really ridiculously narcissistic to think. Like, it was me. From Software did this to me. Like, no, they didn't. They made the game they wanted to make, and you didn't end up liking it in the end. Even though, objectively, if I had to review Elden Ring, I would tell everybody who's not me to play hundreds of hours of it, and you're going to have the time of your life. Because even I managed to have a really host of fun playing that game before the inevitable, I hate this game and I'll never play another game that From Software makes, because of this bait and switch shit. And that's how I feel. Like, the open world was a bait and switch to me. I'm not saying objectively. To me, it was, hey, let's draw people in that hate our effing combat system because it's ludicrous and it forces everybody to fight like an idiot and just learn dance steps instead of actually trying to be tactical. My take, not saying I'm right, just the way I see the world. Like, unless you like that, F off. So the open world kind of takes away the need to play by those really rigid rule sets that From Software games require. So it let me have what I love in video games, which is freedom. And then it takes it all away from you. It says, fuck you, learn the dance steps. I was like, fuck you, I'll delete the game. I don't have to beat this. And here's the sick part. Like, for obsessive people that look at, like, other people's feeds and shit, if anyone looks at my feed, they will see that Elden Ring is 3 achievements short from a complete 1,000 gamer score. And it's the final boss and the item that the final boss gives you. I deleted the game and said, fuck it, I'm not getting those achievements. On principle, I'm not getting those achievements because I don't like what the game is asking me to do to get them. And I won't waste another fucking second of my time doing it. So, delete. Let's go play Elex 2. Thank you. And so far, I've been loving Elex 2, man. There's so much cool stuff in this game so far. Like, I'm going to, if I can pull off what I did playing this game by myself and show it to you guys, woo! So anyway, objectively speaking, I think Elden Ring is fan-freaking-tastic. I think it's a masterpiece. And if you're not a ridiculous curmudgeon like me, you'll probably love it. So you should definitely play it. However, if you're anything like me and you listen to my reviews and you know the stuff I hate and you're like, I hate that too, you're probably going to hate that game. So, which is sad because I loved it for the 100 hours that I played it until the end. All right, I think we have thoroughly explored this. I thoroughly enjoyed myself until the last basically 2 hours. Last probably 8 hours of the game, I was miserable. I loved every minute of it up until, most of the minutes up until that point. Now the targeting system is actually working now. I couldn't get that to work in my previous playthrough. I wonder why. It matters not. Let us get our gear. Clem says, LOL, sorry, but I will pass on Naked Player LP. Well, you're just not the guy, dude. You're a grown man that doesn't have a ton of free time, and you got shit to do. Like, the running around in your underwear is the bored guy who doesn't have enough life challenges. And he wants to challenge himself in a meaningful way. And he found it in, you know, Elden Ring or Dark Souls or whatever. I think that's cool. I also hope that person is challenging themselves in meaningful ways in the real world. Not just getting good at a video game, but it does take skill. I watched that dude murder the final boss. Was like, wow. I could act like actually watched the fight just to see maybe this guy will teach me the dance steps by watching him. Nope. I couldn't see what he was doing half the time in the videos. I was like, wow, they really like the player to have a hard time figuring out what they're supposed to do in these fights, so that you have to do the fight 70 times so that the game lasts 100 hours and you feel like you had a great time for an extended period of time, when all you really did was repeat the same 7 fights 40 times for 100 hours. And I got better shit to do with my time once I figured out that's what the game was trying to do to me. Like, I had a guy on the internet talking about it took him 235 tries to kill Melania. I think comparatively it took me around 17 to 20, and some of those were practicing. Like, I had figured out what to do. I was just doing practice runs. 230 times to figure something out. Yeah, like, nope, that's not the world I want to live in. What's up, big man? I'm on live right now. What can I do for you? And do what? On the football? You and Alex? Of course. The little guys stay in though. All right, make sure they stay in. But you guys can go. Cool, you got your cleats? Okay, yeah, definitely practice like you play. So every time you go out to play football now, just go cleats. Don't play without them. Because once you get used to playing with them, you're going to struggle without them. Good man. Yeah, I like that you're training on a Friday. That's my son. Did y'all hear that? My son just came and asked, I'm proud of you. And I love you. Make me proud, and I'm going to tell the whole audience why. My son just came to me and said, Dad, can I take my little brother outside? Yeah, why? I want to work on training for football. My son just joined the football team, and he's working to make. They'll make the team in the fall, but he's training with the team in the summer. And he just hit me up like, Dad, I want to go outside and train. Like, on a Friday, school night, the last day of school, no video games. Like, nah, I want to go run some plays. What? That's my son. He's giving up video games to go outside and run plays. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, man. Yeah. I imagine he wanted me to go run them with him, which I will. He and I'll run some plays tomorrow when I'm not on a stream, or maybe even later tonight if he's still got energy. Because I will not be here with you forever, gang. This show will actually be somewhat short because my earlier plans for the day have been thwarted. I was supposed to be, it's my wife's birthday weekend, and we're taking her to do some extravaganza-ing. And a friend of hers is coming to town whose flight was delayed. So I was supposed to already have her pick her up, take her and my wife to downtown D.C. for the show they're going to tonight. And none of that happened. Like, we still haven't even picked up their friend, but I'll have to leave here soon to pick up her friend and get them both to Washington, D.C. So I'll be leaving to do that. I might come back and stream with you guys, like, on the late night side. Because I'll be lonely because my wife is hanging out with cool people and I'm here with children. But, yeah. So anyway, just a quick heads up that this stream will not be terribly long. I'm just going to introduce you to Elex. Give you guys some insight as to why I love Piranha Bytes. Piranha Bytes is the name of the company that makes this game. And why I just love their game so much. You're looking at one of the reasons. By the way, Elden Ring did a fantastic job of what I'm doing right now, which is exploring and finding cool things. I'd say Elden Ring is on par with Piranha Bytes with that. Like, Piranha Bytes is one of the best at giving you a world to explore and then letting you find meaningful, cool stuff while you explore it. In the opposite realm of Elder Scrolls, where you go in the world and you pick up everything that means nothing. And now you got, some guy told me he broke the game because he picked up too many cheese wheels and it broke the code. I'm like, bruh, why are there that many damn cheese wheels in the game? Just put less cheese wheels in the game. You weird-ass developers. Like, everything you pick up in this game is used for something. It's not cheese wheels. Like, I'm sure, yeah, you can use cheese wheels in Elder Scrolls. It's not nothing. But, no. The stuff you pick up in this world is meaningful and useful. Not always amazing, but like in this early part of the game on my playthrough, because this is for the stream, I have a separate playthrough where I'm experimenting with stuff. Like, I already have one of the dope-ass laser blasters. I stole a dope-ass weapon from a trader who couldn't see me hiding in their store. Like, I've done all kinds of cool stuff, and the game let me do it. On the downside, you can see, obviously, this doesn't run at 60 frames a second. The graphics look a little bit more Xbox One-ish, but this is not a AAA studio that has the funding to invest in that. They've got to focus on giving you a game that's fun to play, not just one that's great to look at. And they nail it every damn time if you like this type of game. Now, on the Elden Ring side, Elden Ring also does a fantastic job of this. And in some ways, Elden Ring did their exploration and discovery even better than other games like Chronobytes, in that your willingness to explore is almost always rewarded with something that's really, really good. That's the one thing I wish more developers would take after, is Elden Ring lets you explore, and usually what you were finding, like I literally just went to a ruin yesterday to find the sword I tried to beat the final boss with, which I did. I crushed his first phase. He didn't even basically get off the ground. I just pounded him to death. The second phase, that big fish thing, is retarded. I can't. I'm not chasing that thing around in arena for 20 minutes. Like, dude, this is not a boss fight. This is some dumb shit. The developers let their kids program the fucking final boss. That's another thing I was pissed about Elden Ring. The final boss fight sucks. To me, it's unimaginative, and it's just you pulling out all the cheap shit that you like to do in certain fights that aren't the fun parts. Like, that fight should have been creative and fun and put together all the shit I just spent 300 hours or how many hours gathering and learning. Like, and no, it's just a Dance Dance Revolution thing that you got to do 20 times to learn the steps. Fuck you. Like, that's not, to me, maybe that's y'all's definition of fun. I don't want to play that shit. But anyway, back to the positive side. Exploration and discovery in this game is legit, and it was also great in Elden Ring. I could not believe how good a job Elden Ring did with the exploration and discovery in that game. I was in heaven. With the adventure parts of Elden Ring, I think that game is heaven. The only real beef I have with From Software at all is their leveling system is trash, it's overly convoluted, and their combat's trash is too much. It's not trash. It's overly designed and overly convoluted for the nerdiest of nerds. And the combat is just not fun. It just isn't. Like, I overpowered myself so that I could enjoy the combat in that game, but I played in a way that probably was not intended. By the designers assume the player's going to eventually learn all these Dance Dance Revolution moves, and Chambers was like, I'm not learning any of that shit. I'll just get stronger and more able to, figure out what the enemy's trying to do to me and just come up with tactics that counter that. And thankfully, in 98% of the fights, I was able to do it. And then the fights where I had to learn the Dance Dance Revolution, they kept it to a dull roar. Like, it wasn't, 40 rounds to learn this shit. It was 2 rounds. I was like, all right, I'll do this fucking boss fight twice so I can learn its dance steps. This is annoying. By the way, that's what I did not like about old school video games, was the repetition. Like, I get that people are like, well, you come from the old school, you're always complaining. And like, I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing and telling you that I don't think it's great. I'm not saying they need to change it. It's telling you I don't like it. It's not a complaint. It's just an observation. Like, hey, that cheesecake over there didn't taste that great. It's not a complaint. It's just it didn't light my house on. It didn't light my world on fire. The cutscenes in this game make no sense either. When did this dude get to the Grand Canyon? When did the Grand Canyon show up? He's on Tatooine now? What's going on? Oh, Cap, you make a really good point with the Millennia fight that I'll say here in a second. The Millennia fight taught me everything I needed to know about From Software and its fans. Or some of its fans. I don't want to stereotype a whole group of people. That would be wrong. But it taught me, like, the Millennia fight taught me everything about why I don't like From Software. And why I'm disappointed that it took, 100 hours of Elden Ring before I realized, oh, I really shouldn't be playing this. This is not my kind of game. Because the bait and switch, it let me play my way for 100 hours and then it forced me to play its way. But Cap says the Millennia fight was anticlimactic. I am on the opposite side of that. The Millennia fight was probably my most fun fight in the game. Because it was challenging me to execute. Not challenging me to learn dance steps for an hour. Like, her dance steps are simple. Like,
take it slowly.
Like, don't get too close to her because she's fast. Sorry, let me let the cutscene play.
It'll be a while before you get all your strength back. So perhaps you should put off anything too demanding for a few days.
Let's see, Clem says, I didn't like DDR. I actually like DDR. It's fun. I just don't want to do it in a role-playing game. It's QTEs, man. Elden Ring and From Software games are timed QTEs with weird tells that just don't have press B now on the screen is the only thing that's missing from them shitty boss fights. They can eat all the dicks. Once I figured that out, it took me too long to figure it out because I spent the first 50 hours of the game leveling up and doing none of the story. So that by the time I got to the story, I was just stronger than everybody else, which is how I play RPGs. Which is, by the way, that's how you fight. Like, you don't go into a fight where you're outclassed in your underwear. You get better than your opponent, which From Software games never let you do. They force you to do their little dumb dance moves because they know people who get dopamine from figuring out dumbass little puzzles are going to be in heaven every time they figure it out. I'm angry because puzzles waste my fucking time. I have a different brain. That shit pisses me off. I mean, I'm preaching to the choir. I've said this to you guys 1,000 times. But Clem says, right, this is what I liked about the game. And now I'm at the final area, and my playstyle gets me wrecked. Yes, the open world lulled you to sleep, making you think you could play this like a regular RPG that's just a little bit harder. And then you get to the end, and it's like, oh no, I gotta learn all these people's tells and dance moves. Like, I specifically leveled my character to not have to do that. Now you're telling me I have to. And by the way, I'm not blaming From Software for the bait and switch. That's on me. That's my own ignorance and delusion and my unwillingness to accept that this company is just not going to make a fucking game that I like. They're just not going to. They're making it for a human who likes things that I don't. Let it go. I can't get mad about it. That's what I'm saying. There's no complaints. There's just, I wish that it ended differently than me deleting the game on the final boss. And on principle, could I spend another hour dancing around that fucking arena to learn the stupid fish's moves and its circle of light that I have to jump over with this shitty depth perception that the camera in that game has? I'm not fucking doing it. It's not hard. And don't talk to me about how hard the game is. Go watch my Millennia video and watch me decimate her ass without really even cheating. I didn't cheat. I just know what she's doing. And I adapt to her fight, and I bring her a fight that she doesn't adapt to well. It's like Sun Tzu 101, dog. Like, I'm not doing the other run around bullshit. It's not happening. I'm not going to memorize QTEs. And because the end of the game wants you to memorize QTEs, I told them, fuck you. Like, I'll still tell everyone your game's fantastic. For people who like QTEs. For everybody who hates QTEs, do not touch a From Software game if you're on the fence about trying them because you heard so much about them. If you played Shenmue and every time one of them little stupid-ass sequences came on screen with you chasing gangsters and sailors around, if you were angry every time one of those came on, don't play From Software games because that's all the combat is the Shenmue QTEs, just worse because they don't tell you when to press B. Don't do it. Don't be like me and spend 100 hours thinking this is the greatest game of all time just to end with, well, this won't even make my top 10 list. Oops. The Elden Ring was literally right there it was going to fight Metroid, Death Stranding, and Nier Automata for the top seat on my #1 game of all time list. And then that final boss fight, it's not even in the top 20. It's just plummeted to the fucking basement because they wanted me to do Shenmue QTEs for the final boss fight, which is exactly what I criticized Dying Light for. You let me go on this adventure the entire game, and then the final boss fight's a fucking QTE, you lazy bastards? You couldn't make something more creative and difficult than a fucking QTE? Eat all the dicks. I'm done with y'all. That's how I felt. I don't actually want them to eat dicks. That's the emotion I was feeling when I was playing it. Like, oh, no. Like, and by the way, I don't want them to change. I want them to keep making what their fans love. Because they love it. And I don't want it, like, I wouldn't want them to lose that. Like, if y'all love From Software, get in there. I support you. And I tell people, like, I'm going to still make my kids play it because I want to see their reaction to it. And, like, if they get to the puzzle parts, like, Dad, this is stupid. I know. And by the way, welcome to Earth. Succeeding is jumping through a lot of stupid-ass hoops like this game is making you do. So this game's actually a good life simulator. You have to do a lot of dumb shit a lot of times to get people to do things that are good for them. Welcome to Earth. Cap says, the Melania fight was anticlimactic, and that's where I'm at odds. Like, the Melania fight was the most fun I had in the game. And that's what told me everything about it, was everybody on the all these From Software fans, at least the ones I was listening to, hate Melania. It's the worst thing ever. I got there, I was like, wait a minute. She's hard to beat because she's cheap. But what she's doing is not complicated. Like, she's going to beat the shit out of you because she's fast. But when she's fast, she's weak. When she's slow, she's going to kill you in 2 hits. So you just ebb and flow off of that. And then it's pincer move. Like, if you're one of the people who refuses to play with Spirit Ashes, then you can say, yes, I cheated. I cheesed, if you will. But it's like the game gave me, it's a tool. I don't understand how that's cheesing, to use what the game gave me to win. But okay, no problem. I've also beaten her without the Spirit Ash, if that makes you feel better. It's not harder. It just takes longer. Like, the difference between me fighting Melania with and without my Spirit Ash is I have to run around the arena longer to avoid her moves because she's doing them to me instead of him. So all the people that argue that it makes it so much easier, horse shit. You just like bragging about doing things that you think make you sound awesome. Bullshit. That fight was not hard. It wasn't hard to figure out what to do. She's just fast and you can't make mistakes. And I loved it. It was like, this fight is actually the most fair out of all these in-game dumbass boss fights that are just like the in-game boss fight. One of the things that's most annoying about it is it's to be great at it the way I'm trying to play requires, unless I want to do Dance Dance Revolution, I have to do weapon switchery with both hands. It's like, okay, do War Cry. Okay, now switch that weapon out and get two-hand this weapon. And now use this flask with this hand. It's like, if this was a fight in real life, you'd already be shot. Like, this is not how fighting and combat should ever work, ever. This is exactly why. No. You know, but the Melania fight was so much fun. If Melania, and by the way, Melania's story is also, to me, the best part of the game. There is a quote at the end of her storyline that I cried listening to what the discussion was. Like, oh my God, because I related so heavily to the character. Like, holy shit, every soldier who's ever been to war knows that feeling. I'm going to cry now. Like, that game has so many emotional highs in it. I just wish it had been a movie instead of a damn game so I don't have to learn DDR moves to beat it. But that's cool. I got to the end boss. I didn't like what the company was trying to force me to do to beat the game, so we just won't beat the game. We will forever have not finishing Elden Ring on the record. He got 3 achievements short of Elden Ring. Like 3. I got every other achievement in that game. Except the last 3. Get all the gear, kill all the bosses, and get all the achievements. And so when I kill the final boss, I get all the gear. All 3 of those trophies would pop if I just beat the game. And I'm not gonna. Because I don't want to be incredibly bored and made to do tedious shit for 2 hours to learn a fucking dance move. That's not going to make me feel great once I'm... Like, I get that for the people who are willing to go through that and learn it, you get dopamine in the brain so you feel good at the end of it. All I get is maybe a dose of maybe serotonin. I actually don't know. But whatever I'm getting in my brain is mild relief from agonizing annoyance and tedious frustration. is what I feel at the end of those boss fights. Not, yeah, I did it. It's like, oh God, thank you. This is over. I could go do something else. Which tells me it's like this game just isn't, it's not for you. This is not made to be fun for your personality. Go do something else. So we're doing something else. Elex 2, baby. But yeah, Cap, I wanted to talk on that because a lot of people beef with Melania. And I'm like, I wish Melania had been the final boss because she was fun. Like, Melania's fight is actually fun. A lot of the boss fights in that game are a lot of fun when you don't have to do DDR shit. Like the snow giant, the fire giant guy. Like, you have friends and you're running around the battlefield and having to get to the location where, like, that was great. It was great. It was creative. It was thoughtful. The Radon fight was fun. All your friends are there with you. It's like, that makes it easy. Like, no, it makes it fun. It makes it like we're all here together kicking ass. This is great. We're all charging into the battle together. You just want to be alone and miserable. Like, you're not going to be happy unless this game is causing you depression. Like, I think From Software games are actually a digital version of self-harm. I think that might be a thing. Because I used to do self-harm to myself, so I understand why people do it. You do it to give yourself the eventual relief from the self-harm so that you don't feel the pain of the world. From Software games, baby. All right. I'm kidding, by the way, gang. Not accusing them of making a self-hurt simulator. Cap says, what system is this on, B? This is on Xbox Series X, which may not look like it, but like I gotta give it an olive branch, man. It's Piranha Bytes. Their games never look great, and weirdly, this is the best I've ever seen a Piranha Bytes game look. And for me, it looks great. Like, I don't need my graphics to look like real and stuff. I just need the game to be enjoyable. All right, let's talk to this guy, shall we? You guys know who this is from our? Because you guys were here for the Elex playthrough, right? You guys know who this guy is we're talking to? Didn't even know he wasn't alive. Like, I saw him, I was like, is that the dude from the end of the game? And we have to find out that this is his real dad at some point. Like, come on. Clem says, DDR wasn't my thing. And it took my nephew challenging me to get into Guitar Heroes. I don't mind Guitar Hero, because then it's like, you're playing along to your favorite songs. I don't want to play along to my favorite songs to beat a boss fight, dog. I'm good. And truthfully, I have issues timing things out, like when they're happening on screen, and like there's a delay in the synapses in my brain where I'm trying to press B at the right time or whatever, and I just don't. Like, to require me to have such a small margin of error, like if humanity had to be saved through Elden Ring, you would not recruit me to play it. Like, get some other kids in here that can do this rote memorization shit, and let me focus on shooting the aliens. Let me focus on piloting the fleet that's gonna go fight the real aliens in the real world. Y'all can take care of the digital shit. Let's see. Cap says, "What was your thoughts on Shadows Die Twice, Brian?" I don't know what is Shadows Die Twice. What is that? Cap says, "I just had high expectations with her, to be honest." Expectations in that you expected it to be more challenging, or that it was too cheap? Like, what do you mean specifically by your expectations?
Who are you?
You can call me Adam.
Yeah.
Just think of me as a friend who was in the right place at the right time. That's all you need to know.
That's all I need to know. Sure.
What happened?
You should know. You were there. The invaders arrived, started taking over the world, transforming it.
Transforming? Terraforming, right? That's an alien species?
A most hostile, most dangerous species.
So they're not just in Caracas.
Their formers have appeared in every region, threatening life everywhere. It's not clear what they want yet. All they're doing for now is spreading infection, killing and destroying. Not a promising start.
Not a promising start, you say. See, every video game dialogue needs a hype man. Hey, game designers who are looking for voice actors, if you ever need, like, if you agree with me that Video game dialogue would be way more enjoyable and hilarious if you had a hype man, and you want to make a game where you need a hype man, holler at your boy. My improv and ad-lib skills are top notch. Let's get it. And by the way, I was once brought on board to be some of the voices of the Metal Gear remake, in case you want my resume. I never did the job because Konami sucks and they shut the project down. But I was going to be hanging out with David Hayter because he was there too. He was going to be awesome. He was actually reprising his role as Snake, and nobody knew that. That was the big reveal and surprise we were going to show everybody. But nope. They wanted to, Konami sucks. And they wanted to go back to selling pachinko machines or whatever it is they do. All right, something not right, man. You feeling weak?
Something's not right. I feel weak.
Yes, you were bitten by one of those creatures. Looks like it infected you. Some kind of disease.
Disease, you say?
What? A disease?
No. There are no
Still not
diseases.
sure how it works,
Only
but
whores.
It's clearly all part of the invaders' plan.
Ah, the plan.
At the rate they're transforming things, it won't be long before the
He said, "Don't believe the hype." Good one, Clem. That's a good burn. Oh, I love when people make fun of me and it's actually funny. That's one of my favorite things on the
If I
planet.
were you, I'd stay out of their way.
I love it.
Fate. All other instances of direct contact so far have proved fatal.
Where's my stuff?
If you're talking about the belongings you had in that hut, you can forget about them. All I could save is what you have on you.
How long have I been out?
A few days. You're still badly hurt. I did what I could with your wounds.
Days? No. Dex!
Jax! Get your black ass in here. Except you ain't black. I love saying that to white people. Get your black ass in here. What?
Be careful.
I've never said that to a white person.
Dex!
These cutscenes are the worst thing ever, dog. I can't not make fun of these horrible cutscenes. Like, why are y'all doing this? Just stick to the game. And I'm making fun from a good place, guys. I love Piranha Bytes. Hear me. I love your games, but my role on the internet is to make fun of everything. My job on the internet is to make fun of everything because everything sucks in its own way. But these cutscenes are damn terrible. And they're so terrible in a great way. They're so good.
Then I'd say you'd better do that before
He's running through the Grand Canyon after you were just walking through, like, lush forests and shit. And then the cutscene is him running through the Grand Canyon. Like, what happened to all the trees? Oh, this game makes no sense. And I love it. Like, who cares? It's fun to play. I don't give a damn about this story and the aliens from Plaktar 7 are coming. Who gives a fuck? Have fun and find some shit, blow up something, and go home and get laid. What the world's supposed to be. If you're married, kids, hang in there. It's adults. It's an adult show. No sex before marriage, kids. Hang in there.
Why are you helping me?
These invaders are a threat to us all.
And Cap, I'm not ignoring you, man. I'm waiting for this cutscene to get to your comments about
Everyone's
Sekiro.
so busy fighting each other.
We'll get there.
They can't see who the real enemy is. That's where you come in.
Ah.
You might be an outsider to them right now, Jax.
Jax, you
But
know
you're
my
strong,
name, whore.
smart, capable.
You know who I am?
Yes.
I know you did your best to disappear, but not everyone's forgotten you. I need your help to save Magellan, to lead a resistance group. I call it the Sixth Power.
The Sixth Power.
Faction separate from all the others.
And your
focused
code
on
is smooth,
stopping
Jack.
this
Can I kill
invasion.
you for that?
I'll show it to you. Meet me in the Bastion north of here.
North of here.
No way. I tried to warn people years ago.
No
one
way.
listened. Now we've got the total annihilation of the
Oh,
planet
God, if
staring
you
us in
guys
the
need
face, and
any
still
voice
all
actors, holler at me.
cares about is their own stupid shit.
Actually, Protobytes
done
gets good
caring
voice
about it.
actors, man. Their actors
I
are
have my own
dope.
problems.
Like, especially the comedy they do.
All right. Then deal with your own problems first. We can talk again later.
And it looks like they actually hired a few more people.
Is it still there?
Because you could tell
As far as
Jax
I
and
know.
Adam are the same model.
The Berserkers are
Right?
watching.
Like,
over
everybody has the same face.
you. Why do you ask?
My son's with them.
Did y'all order garlic
Then you
bread
should go.
again?
While things are still
You
quiet.
heathens. I can smell it all the way
It
up
won't stay
here.
that way for long. You know where to find me. You know, you'd get around a lot faster with a jetpack. I have one left.
Just one?
Like I said.
When did you
go
have
to the
2
bastion
jetpacks?
when
I
you're
want.
ready.
Let's go back. No, let's
The
stop
last
this
one.
whole conversation, and let's
I'll
talk
be
about the
ready.
day you had more than one jetpack. I need to know about this. When did you have more than one jetpack, Adam? I only got one left. Left? What are you doing with these jetpacks, dog? Like, the jetpacks don't just... They don't expire. Where's your other jetpacks, Adam? Adam out here slinging jetpacks for booty. He's trading jetpacks to get laid. It's like a whole prostitution ring of jetpack prostitution.
Damn it. Really not doing all that great.
You all right, Jax?
I don't trust the old man's judgment.
Shouldn't,
I should
especially
look for a
given who
healer
he
among the
is.
Berserkers.
I just can't wait for the part of the game where we find out that that guy's our dad. That's the best part of the game. I know it's coming. I know it. It cannot convince me otherwise that this dude, we find out eventually, I'm your dad, Jax, the real dad, not that dude that took you to the Alps. I'm the real one. Or it's like Metal Gear, I'm a clone of him. Like, whoops. Yes! He did it again! Oh, that gets me hype every time. I miss a jump and he grabs onto the ledge. Hallelujah to Jesus. Is that the first video game that came up with that besides Assassin's Creed? I've been saying for 10 years, how come everybody doesn't do what Assassin's Creed does and just let you interact with the whole environment? I know that's harder, but it didn't. Ooh. I didn't know I got a bow from up here. Damn, it is so easy to miss things in this game, and I love that. You got to be thorough when you explore. Can't be running around here, but you... All right, let's try to keep this somewhat kid-friendly. Some people may be watching this with their kids. I try to keep it at least PG-18 or R. We'll try to keep it R. That's all I got. R. Oh, you get. All right, let's go to the shaft whistle over here and figure out what's what. Is that a Nissan ad? The people that make Cup of Noodles? That looks like Nissan. That is Nissan. Damn, Cup of Noodles making movies. Shit, what year is this? How is Nissan still a company? Must be doing some good ass business. Whoop. Love a jetpack. Now I gotta remember all the exploring I already did so I don't miss some of the cool stuff I have in my playthrough. Because I'm probably about an hour ahead of the rest of this, you know, what you're watching. I'm not terribly far in the game. Still getting used to the controls, too. Jetpack seems to run out faster, but you can level it up, allegedly, and make it last longer. That's what we's gonna do. And it's cool, too. Like, I like streaming the game because it's somewhat zen, and that so much of this game is just exploring the world to find stuff that you need. It's just kind of going around, just, hey, pick that up. Amosite. Always some good amosite, don't we, Jesus? So instead of going north to kick off that cutscene, we're going to go south to not kick off the cutscene and explore what else is in this fair land of ours. Let's actually do some thinking. Wrong button. Wrong button. I can have it. Sorry. Actually, yes. Let's do that. Almost don't want to have access to these early because I'll overuse them. And that'll make me over-aggressive in combat. Let's not give ourselves access to that, so we play a little bit more conservatively and not get beat up so bad and have to use so much of our resources. And once we get to 20, then we can start using resources. Make that the rule of thumb. So the frame rate's definitely better than the last one. It doesn't quite seem to get up to 60, but it seems better than the original. Whoever thought about doing jetpacks? I'm gonna kiss that mouth. Or the lady, it might be a lady. Yeah, get in there and fight. Get out of there. Watch it now. Yeah, ho. I'm way outclassed by these guys, but I have learned. Maybe Dark Souls has taught me a couple of things. Thankfully, just simply dodging works here. I don't have to time it perfectly and then lose the fight and have to do this whole sequence over again because I didn't press B at exactly the right time. Alright, so Cap says, it's Sekiro. Came out in 2018 and expected the fight to be more challenging. Sekiro won Game of the Year, and you played through it 4 times and loved it. Kind of like Elden Ring, but you think the system and story is far better. Okay, what do you think about this? Like, the only thing I don't like about Elden Ring, to be clear, is the combat. Pretty much, and the leveling system is very, very over-designed. For, like, nerds that want to start doing calculations and calculus and shit. Like, I got it. That's your fan base. Give the people what they want, right? But the leveling system is not bad. I would make some changes to it. The combat system is just unlikable. So if it has a similar approach to combat in that I got to do this fight 40 times until I learn all the time dance moves I'm supposed to do to win it, I don't give a shit. Nothing about that is challenging to me other than you want me to use my time in a way where I'm going to be bored and have to do tedious things over and over again. I said, if that's what your idea of fun is, then I'm with you. Have your fun. But no, I own Sekiro, but I have not yet turned it on to play it. Because I went back to Dark Souls 1 to get some time with it, just to see, hey, am I capable of actually getting good at this? And I did. I got okay. You know, I managed. But I just started to realize, oh, this is a game that never lets you go fast. Like, they want you to be methodical and plotting and thoughtful at all times. It's like, dude, at some point, these fights should be one sword swing. I've been playing this shit too long to still be doing dance like that shit. It's just a game that's predicated on keeping the player handicapped so they never feel strong. But I think it's also kind of a delusion where it's like my weak self can get through this world so I feel good about myself. Instead of, like, maybe, like, let's actually get strong. Let's do the hard thing and get strong. Instead of learning super complex dance moves, let's actually just get strong. And punch this thing in the face hard. And then the fight's over. Like, that's kind of more my attitude than let's have a puzzle-solving chess match, you know, every time I get into a fight. I just don't have the patience for it. Or really the time to want to invest it that way. Like I want to make more progress faster than From Software's games are designed to let you do. So I will not play them anymore. I have learned that this series is a no-man. Cap says jetpack's the true currency. Why did I think the jetpack was going to be dramatic? Because you didn't see Elex 1. Excuse me. Let's see. Nah, Sekiro has a way better combat system. Well, how many times do you have to fight each boss fight to win? Can I figure out everything I'm supposed to do in the first time I fight him, and then I'm just challenged to do it? Or is it I'm going to do each of these fights 4 to 12 to 20 times to learn all their tells, to know when to push the button? Like, the game is like, stand here until we tell you you're allowed to swing. Like, fuck you. I want to go do something else. Like, that's how that game feels to me. I gonna pass on that, man. But if you're telling me Sekiro is not that, then maybe I will try it. Like, I want every hardcore, like Suba, all you hardcore From Software people, I want you to play the game outward. And then tell me why I'm able to love that, but still hate your game. Because I don't know. That, like, it's not like a, ooh, here's the little fun, narcissistic. Like, I'd like to know. I don't get it. I'd like y'all's reaction to outward, so I can better gauge why I'm so intolerant with the formula that From Software uses. So are these the new towers in this game, like the old one? Except now they're alien-made towers instead of man-made towers. I'm pretty sure I'm not supposed to be here. I'm pretty sure everything here outclasses me. But I'm going to take a lesson out of my Elden Ring experience and go for a little run in here and see if I can find some cool stuff and not die. Let's actually save, though, because saving's a good idea a lot of times. All right, there we are. Wait, what was that? We're good. And this looks very different from the way outside made it look. This is insane, man. Good sleep sounds. I love that you can ball out in this game too. You can run pretty good in this game. Hey, fella. Hey, oh no, be cool, baby. I'm not here. I was just kidding around, baby. I didn't mean to be here. Oh hell, they are not pleased with the brother being here. Oh, I'm in the reactor. They're not gonna not be in here killing. Oh, Jesus, help me, Lord. This is what exploring gets you. This is what exploring will get you. This game is out of control. What is this place? Why did the music just get crazy? Let's get ready to happen here. All right. Got to the reactor. Push the button. Oh, we're not going to push the button here. What's up, big guy? How was football practice? What'd you work on? Okay. 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 Yeah, of course. He wants to learn how to play quarterback? Okay. I can help him with that. Okay, you're working on your pass routes. I'll do some of your we'll definitely work on your footwork and getting set for your blocks, because you guys seem to run an H-back offense, which means you're going to get a good dose of passes thrown at you, but you're also going to be responsible for the blocking scheme to keep the quarterback safe on runs and like play action passes and stuff where they're not using you. So we're going to have to definitely work on your foot and your hands, and then like getting low and getting set, like so that you can, like, because with your body mass and your strength, your natural strength, you'll take people off their feet if you get the right angle. Like, that's the trick. Like, it's not about just hitting hard. Like, hitting hard's important. You want to be strong. But the thing I had to learn, because I was a smaller guy, I hit really hard, but it's because I hit at the right angle. It's literally just knowing the geometry of, if I can get this angle on a person, I can take them off their feet using their own momentum. And once you start learning that stuff, dude, you'll be a Jedi. Cool. Yeah, I'll definitely help you guys out. We'll get some time out on the field tomorrow for sure. No, this is Elex. Hey, later, dude. Oh, Shiza! Thank you. I hit the wrong button there, gang. Thought that was going to be the end of Jax. Thought that was going to be the end of Jax. So this is clearly a space vessel that just crashed into the ground. Alright. With some bosses, yes, but most you can figure out quite quickly and gotta have the correct... Yeah, fuck the gadgets, dude. I'm not doing any of that shit. Like, everything about those games screams people who are really good at managing multiple variables and thinking they're multitasking and doing really, really highly complex shit that feels hard. And it's like, I'm gonna sit all of you down on a bench press and say, here, bench press 315. Do it. There ain't no tricks. There's no gadgets. There's no spirit ashes, bitches. Lay on that bench and push it. Push this weight or you die. Let's see who's strong enough. Like, that's the difference between me and FromSoft fans. Is y'all want to do highly complex shit that makes you feel smart? I would rather just be challenged to beat this thing's ass because I'm actually good at fighting. Not memorizing fucking dance moves and happening to use the right Mega Man gun on the right boss. Like, I'm out. Not my kind of game. Get me the frack out of here. So yeah, nah, I'm good, dog. Thanks for the memories. Hey, wait a minute, I thought we were cool, man. I thought the Albs were cool now. Y'all ain't cool? Ain't nobody cool, man. Everybody's just beefing. Oh, snap. Is that poison? Run it, run it, run it, run it, run it, run it, run it. Don't let him get to you, dog. Holding down beats for show. That's the slaw. A freestyle for you and your mama. Oh, shit. What was that? What hit me? Hang in there, baby. Hallelujah. Oh, that ain't magic, bro. I thought that was going to be the... Oh, shit. Is he stuck in here now? Give me my jetpack back so I can Luke Skywalker out of this thing. Run, ho. They shooting, ho. What up, dog? Peace. Y'all ain't about to do that. Everybody doing the thing, then they pursue that. Freestyle, they know that they can prove that. Nothing to show and prove when they... Nothing to lose, black. Show them how to get down, do the do, Jack. And we're back outside. Hallelujah to Jesus. Kind of. Somewhat. Well, that was pretty cool. We found a weird underground space base that now has everybody pissed off trying to kill everybody. Hey, man, I was just cooling. I didn't want nothing. Just wanted to say hello. Oh, this ain't the outside. This the wrong way. Oh, I thought I was going to the outside, Jesus. Oh, sweet Lord. Sweet Lord, please, Jesus. I got to be faster than the monsters. Oh, sweet Jesus, Lord, help me. Is this the outside? All right, we made it. Made it, y'all. Yeah. I don't know what we did. We went in there, I guess. Didn't really come out with anything amazing. But we went in. We showed some bravery and some punk-ass bitch tendencies, but it's okay. We're working on ourselves. Not perfect. Working on ourselves. That's all that matters. All right. That looks like the original campfire indeed. All right. Let's get to business here and get some food. So, Cap, you said that you like Sekiro better than the old Elden Ring. Tell me why, man. What make you like that game? You obviously like the story better. I actually really like the story in Elden Ring. I was surprised by how much I liked it, because usually video game stories are written for 4th graders. And I think most stories are written for 4th graders, and when people are reading them, it's like getting in touch with their inner child. Like, I don't have that. I'm good. My inner child died years ago. He's fine. Leave him alone. I think it's finally time to go north. Looks like that's what the game wants. I love so far that I haven't run into any irradiated zones. Is that a damn dragon in Elex chilling hard in the sky? Is that what I'm to know and understand? They got dragons? I'm already having a ball with this game, though. I know that much. This is fun so far. Yep, knew that was coming. Get out of here. Get out of here, Johnny. Gotta get some more gear before we can do that. I was wondering, I was like, how long is that gonna take to kick in? That long. Cap says, story characters had more meaning in combat system, loved it. Also, the world is very creative. Okay. Sounds good. It sounds like you had a good time with it, which, if you guys are enjoying your games, that's all that matters, man. As long as you're having a good time, getting your money's worth, that's all I care about. Have your fun. I want you to love what you love. Alright, how far out am I? Is that where it is? Yeah, I think so. This is the other mountain range that I didn't go to on my other playthrough. So let's just keep rocking. Let's explore, man. That's what we do best anyway. Wow, that was a shift to nighttime all of a sudden. And back to day. Ooh. Yes, Piranha Bytes games are slightly glitchy, friends. High levels of polish are not their jam. Giving you a fun, engaging world to be in, that's their thing. If you like fun in your games, Piranha Bytes. If you like doing schoolwork, From Software. Oh, this is it. I just praised the game for not doing that. And then it did it. I was like, it's gonna have to. That's a mechanic from the previous game. There's no way they don't do that. Ooh, that jetpack does not... Well, good to know. I need to upgrade the dang jetpack. Because if it can't do... Ooh, Billy. Hey, sexy lady. Is it time to go? It's 7:45. Is her flight still on time at this point? Or did she get on the plane? Oh, Jesus. Let's assume she got on the plane for now. Well, if she doesn't pay for it, she won't have access to it. That's the whole hustle. Like, we have Wi-Fi, and that'll be $90. So you can send one email. Like, nah, I'm good, dog. Just wait till I get there. Oof. But, I don't think I have any of the hats anymore, man. I mean, I keep stuff in the same place all the time, so if I had it and didn't take it out of here, it's either in here or it's on the box back there. If it's not in one of those two places, I'm not the last person to touch it. Because there's Mom's hat right there. Matter of fact, I think I put it back in your closet when I was done with it. I think I put it back in. Because your hat I used like once, and then you yelled at me, so I was like, okay, I won't do it. You look fine from here. I can't really see you because it's dark. Come closer to the light so I can... is that leather? Okay, back up. Yeah, look fine. You look like a sexy Jedi. Yeah. Sexy Jedi. I can dig it. Ooh, nice. Weapons. And weapons. So I guess this was a torture facility in the game. Look at that. And so what was her last arrival time? Oops, sorry, I thought you were talking to me. What time is her scheduled? Is she scheduled to land? Oh, okay, so no, it's not time to. We need to leave in probably 20 minutes if that's the scheduled time. 30 minutes probably, because that'll be her touchdown time, but she won't be ready probably for about a half hour after that. Depending on how they shuttle, depending on where that plane lands, given the flight she took. She might be landing in the parking lot. That cheap ass flight, like dang. All right. Cap says, "What you got on? And what got you into this game, B?" I played a game years ago called Risen, made by the same people, and I had played a game called Two Worlds, made by a company called Reality Pump, another European, I think, another Polish developer, but another European developer. I know City Project Red is Polish, but I can't remember if the other guy. Anyway, so I then tried Risen because it seemed like a similar game to Risen. And then I played Risen 2. It wasn't as good, but I finished it. And then Risen 3 was or Risen 2 I didn't finish, and then Risen 3 was even a bigger mess. So I kind of left the series alone. Then I heard that the people who made Risen, Piranha Bytes, made this series called Gothic. So I went back and played Gothic 3, which I loved to this day. I still love that game a lot. It definitely has its issues and its flaws, but it's a fun game. And then I played a game called Arcania, which was supposed to be Gothic 4, which was made by another company similar to Piranha Bytes, but not them. Joe Wood, I think. And they hated, like the Gothic fans hated Arcania. You guys have seen me play it on the show. I love Arcania. It's one of my favorite RPGs. So I clearly am not the target audience for RPG games, because the ones I love are the ones everybody hates. But when I heard Elex was coming from the same developers back in 2017, it was a no-brainer. It's like, oh, I'm buying that. Then I bought it, and I hated it because it was brutal. Like, it was ungodly difficult. Like this, watch me go fight this this thing over here. Is it a rot boar? I can't actually tell what it is. Like this fight right here in the first game, even on easy difficulty, right? I'd be dead already, first of all. On easy difficulty, that would have been my ass, that one hit. So yeah, on easy difficulty, I would have been done after the first hit. Like, no BS. And so you just go through the whole first part of the game. You can't even fight the easiest animals. They murder you. Maybe not one hit, but they beat the hell out of you. And you suck at fighting. Like, you don't have any good weapons. You're carrying a dang crowbar around. Look at this. Like, how am I supposed to be good with that? No armor. You know, I got a jetpack, but, you know, what's that going to do? So I played Elex. I hated it at first, but then there was, like, this dearth of other games that I like. I was like, let me go back to Elex, and let me adjust the way I'm playing it. Let me play it like somebody who cares about the quests, instead of a guy who just cares about going into the world fighting and getting strong. Started doing the quests, which a lot of the early quests don't require combat. They're fetch quests. But they are designed to help you get leveling points that make you capable in your first fights. And then you just learn that the game, it's just taking, it's like a tutorial. It's taking you through, hey, you're not supposed to be fighting these guys yet. Go level up a little bit. Go learn how the quest system works. But the game doesn't do a good job of telling you that. Anyway, that's how I got into Elex. And I knew that Elex did decently well and was pretty well received by people like me. So I assumed they'd make a sequel. And they did. And here we are. You missed, ho. So similar to a From Software game, I can dodge and roll, but it doesn't have to be this crazily, you know, timed button mash where I have to do it exactly right. There's a margin of error it allows for you to have. As you can see, I haven't been hit yet. Now, I usually don't fight these until I have a gun, but I wanted to show you guys how the combat works. That's his tail, and now let's get him back on the ground. There you go. Stay your ass down. Stay it down, ho. Stay that ass. I got hit that time. You see, on like the other game, even on easy difficulty, that would have been the end of the fight. So even a boss that you're kind of outclassed by, if you know how to fight, you can win. As long as you know, don't get silly. I like that. It's moderately challenging. It's not impossible. It doesn't make me feel like I'm being attacked by a 47-foot dragon so that I can feel like, you know, I saved the world at the end of it, right? Like, it's not necessary to do all that. Just let me have a little fun. And I lost, by the way. There you go. Just lost all that progress. Good luck, boss. You can still lose a fight early in the game if you pick a fight with somebody that wants... if that thing wants to eat you more than you want to eat it, you probably not winning that one, Black. But you can't think I'm just going to let that ride. You can't think I'm just going to let that shit ride, Billy. Huh? You thought, Billy? You thought I was going to let it ride, ho? You're wrong. Alright, I'm definitely going to let it ride. I got to get out of here. Hey, man, be cool. Be cool, bro. I'm trying to get things. Nope. That was dumb of me to even try that. I wanted to see if I can get away with it. Let's see. Chris Burkett says, "Hey, B. It's been a hot minute since the podcast has had a show. Is that a thing of the past?" Nope. I've just been focused in other areas. I'm having fun doing this show and hanging out with people. And doing, like, I always wanted my podcast to actually be this, more of a live show where people can come by and interrupt the conversation. So this is definitely more my preference of something to do. But the podcast isn't over. I'm in talks with a couple of people. My podcast won't be this, like, at least for now, it's not going to be this scheduled thing where every week I have to have a show, right? Because I just got to a point where the things I wanted to talk about and the things I felt like listeners wanted to listen to weren't on the same page. So having a show where I am constantly required to be making content regularly just wasn't going to work for me, because it was like, I've said all this shit 1,000 times. I don't want to keep doing it type energy. So it just got to a point where it was like, what else do I really have to talk about that I haven't told you guys? And then I spent some time actually not making and consuming and more listening to audiences. Like, what are your needs? What's going on in the world? And just, it took me a lot of years to kind of figure out how people use their entertainment. So we'll still have podcasts, but for now they're going to be a little bit more deliberate, where I just got a text today from the lady who's going to be on the next podcast, where they're a little bit more of, less of a, hey, I've got a good theme that I want to talk around and let's just have a stream of consciousness. It'll be a little bit more, thought out, not scripted or anything like that. It'll still be stream of consciousness, but a little bit more focused on, here is a specific problem I am working with someone to solve, so that you can learn from the conversation and apply the lessons to your own challenges. I always wanted my podcast to be more utilitarian than entertaining. And I learned that my audience was in the other camp. So it was like, we're using this more for, education, but the entertaining part is more important than the teaching. So it's like, okay, then I'll do a live show, because we can do the entertainment part and then just pepper in, the things that you guys want to talk about. But interestingly enough, like when I went to the audience to ask, like, what are the things you guys would want me to talk about? It was fucking crickets, which I think I know what that means psychologically in society. But it was like, there weren't like themes or topics people were like fired up for me to talk about. So I was like, all right, well, when that changes, we'll make more stuff. So somebody hit me up and said, hey, I'd like to come on your show and have this discussion. Would you be willing to do that? Like, yeah, absolutely. And like their pitch was, you can help me through the problem, and then everybody can get the benefit of, how to critically think through challenges. that are like this. What are the solutions we applied? What worked? What didn't work? What did we adjust? You know, stuff like that. So no, it's not a thing of the past, my friend. Thanks for asking, by the way. Very kind of you. I'm always touched and blessed when people come and ask me about the show, because it's like, wow, people were listening. They actually enjoyed it. That's great. I'm glad. Because I don't know if you guys aren't people who make things. I don't know if you know how it looks from the other side of the screen. It's like Flynn said in Tron. On the other side of the screen, it all looks so easy. Like, yeah. Like, you would be shocked how often your favorite creator has no idea what to make that you want to watch. And I'm talking about, like, the guys I study are people like Conan O'Brien. So I'm not like studying YouTubers. I'm studying people who have done this their whole life and have made millions of dollars doing it. Even they're like, man, I don't know what these people talking about. Like, so yeah, great question, man. I know that's probably a longer answer than what you were looking for, but hopefully it wasn't a terrible one. Hopefully it was a good answer. Cap says, I do miss the podcast for show. Definitely would love to see it return. So here's what I would tell you guys while you're waiting for the podcast to come back, because it's, you just want to have you want to be able to listen to the things we're talking about. Like, get YouTube Premium, put this show on, and then blacken the screen. Like, these shows are not much different than my podcast, except I actually engage with the audience, and I make it more about humor than I do like trying to teach things, because that shit gets exhausting. Especially like when you make videos for a long time and you get, well, anyway, I don't need to beat that horse to death. You guys know what's up. But yeah, like, you can use this show as a podcast. Just black the screen, let it play. Instant podcast. That's what I do. Like, a lot of the stuff I watch, a lot of the things I listen to are on YouTube. I have premium, so I can turn the screen off, so it doesn't have to be, I don't have to watch it. I can just listen. And I really do recommend YouTube Premium, gang. The reason I do is the time savings. Not all the benefits. The one benefit you get is no longer having to sift through shitty ads that are put together by people who poorly study humans. Because it's like, if I see one more BMW ad, you clearly don't know your audience if I'm seeing this shit. Like, I don't like your cars. Like, actively avoid BMWs. Why am I seeing this shit? Like, are you trying to win me over? Is that what you're doing? Because you being in my feed, wasting my time while I'm trying to get to my show, is making me hate your company more. I don't hate the company. I just think their cars are overhyped. Like, that's as far as it goes. Like, I don't have any beef with them. I just, like, save up and buy a Ferrari, kids. Don't overpay for a Honda that just has a different name. Chris says, I own some tattoo shops, and it's nice to hear someone who talks about the artist and the warrior. Oh, that's what's up, bro. That's too cool. Your podcast has been a cardio staple for me. Okay, good to know. Good. I'm glad. By the way, Chris, this is really great feedback. Thank you for coming here and talking to me about this. This is the type of feedback companies pay lots of money to get from their customers. And you guys come here and do it, and that blesses me like you'd have no idea. Because it's not the money, it's the getting people to tell you how you can better serve them is hard. And it's because people are busy. You know, people got other shit to do besides review your show. So anytime someone takes the time to come tell me, even if it's a critique, it's like, hey, dude, thank you. I do need to get better at that. Thank you. Like, it's always gratitude when you guys engage, even if it's to say something seemingly negative. I will take it positively. I'm running through old shows now for things I missed. Cool, man. Yeah, definitely got more coming. I'm also, honestly, I'm also using this as downtime for me, because I spent 10 hard years making shit on the internet and making what felt like very little progress in improving people's lives, because the internet is so fucking filled with people just trying to goddamn masturbate their pain away instead of like getting focused on fixing their problems. And it's like, I don't have the energy to keep up with your dopamine addiction, humans, you know, like that type of shit. So like, I got really exhausted for a long time, where it's like, I can't keep up with everyone's depression. I gotta, like, remember when shows were once a week? Now you gotta have a show every single day to keep people's attention. It's insanity. Yeah. So I appreciate that, Chris. You are awesome, dude. So yeah, definitely got more coming. I'm just also taking time to think, like, what do I want to actually talk about? So instead of having to talk, now I get to talk, and now I get to be a little bit more scrutinizing with my topics, because now I'm not on this ridiculous schedule of always having to have things to say. And now that I'm not doing that, it's like I'm better at it when I do it less. Well, I guess I don't do it less because I still come on here, but when I don't have to be in polished mode all the time, which I guess if you listen to my show, you know I'm not that polished. Chris says, I'm glad they're not over. Yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. I seriously, thank you. Clem El Kiko says, I like the second Tron movie. Some of my friends hate it. Why do they hate it? I thought it was great. Like, dude, you do a sequel to one of the greatest movies of all time. So just so you know, Tron's my fourth or fifth favorite movie of all time, the original. It's in my top 5. That's how much I love Tron. Love Tron. I have the entire script memorized. I can quote the movie to you. You do the sequel 20 years later and you still make it a halfway decent movie. That left it open for a sequel that if they had done what I know they were going to do, it was going to be amazing. But Disney said, fuck it. We'll have to spend too much money making this great and nobody but Bryant will care. So they canceled it. And I was like, fuck. Like, please. Like, do I have to invest? I'll pay for the movie to get made. There. And I'll be the only one in the theater looking at my multi-million-dollar investment go down the toilet. Oh, God, yeah. I love the second Tron, bro. It's not as good as the first, but it's dope. And the kid they got to play Sam is fantastic. That dude is a great actor. How the hell did he not do more stuff after that? Because he was in Friday Night Lights, too, I think. Wasn't he the big fullback or something? Because he's a big-ass dude. At least for Hollywood standards. Chris Perkins. Oh, Chris, man. Get out of here. Look at that. Oh, bless you, Chris. So we just got a $50 donation here, comment donation from Chris Burkett. Shouts out to Chris Burkett. You not only gave me great feedback and saved me thousands of dollars in doing research, but then you gave me money on top of it. You might just be a dope-ass human being, bro. The kind we like to spend more time with. Definitely keep coming around, brother. Thank you so much. God bless you. And Chris says in his comment, I'll read it to the crowd here, rule of reciprocation. You have given me valuable info, especially book suggestions. Never charged. Thank you. Oh, speaking of never charged for book suggestions, Chris, are you in my book club? Because you're exactly the person. Like, I stopped talking about it on shows because I'm tired of talking to distracted people who aren't actually trying to improve their lives. Are you in my book club? You're perfect for it. My 52 book challenge. Because a bunch of the people on the show are doing it and loving it. And they're, like, one of my Spartans hit me. He's like, dude, thank you for making me do this. Yes, sir. What's up, buddy? Do you need me? You looking for me or you looking for Nana? Okay. I just want to make sure I wasn't ignoring you. Are you okay?
Hi.
Hey, guys. That's my son, Zach, saying, hey, guys. I don't know if you can hear him. This is my youngest. Hey, bud. You... You're my youngest brother. Well, a son is like a brother, so that's okay. You know, one of my favorite quotes in the entire world, my dad said it to me when I left to go be a grown man. You know what my dad said to me? He looked me in the eyes and he said, Bri, you've been a good son, you've been a good brother, and you've been a good friend. And I know you're going to kill it in the real world. So I'm your dad, but yes, I'm also your brother and I'm also your friend. And the friendship is the most important part. We got to go through the dad and the brother phase before we get to be friends. You still got training to do, okay? All right. I love you. Big hug. Oh, I love it, man. Mwah. Go have fun with Nana. Bye. Yeah, so Chris, Chris says, I don't think you should be polished for your podcast. The honesty, the well-placed F-bombs. I'm glad you caught that some of that's on purpose. People like, B, could you cut down the language? No, it's there on purpose. It's specifically because you're distracted. And fuck gets everybody's attention. You know who I learned that from? Like, because people who've been following me for a long time, there was a phase where I never cussed, and then there was one where I cussed nonstop. And it's like, which one is the real guy? Well, both. Like, in situations where it's not appropriate. Like, I'm going to be giving a keynote speech here at Grace Ops. You guys know about Grace Ops. We talk about it on the show on the 24th of May. And it's a clean show. Like, I can do clean shit. Clean shit. It's funny. It's funny to me. But I actually learned that from Tony Robbins. He was talking about, they were like, you know, on TV you're so polished, but when we come to your shows, you're cussing at people. And like, I've seen Tony Robbins shows, dude, that I can't believe some of them are still on the internet, because if the right people heard it, he'd be canceled immediately. And he would be canceled for very wrong, stupid reasons. But it just like, wow, how did they not take that one down? Shit. But he taught me, like, he says, when I'm talking to people, because their lives are usually so stressful, everybody is emotionally distracted. You have to have ways to focus people back in. He's like, so sometimes I'll drop an F-bomb because it immediately breaks whatever's in that person's mind, because that word gets attention. He's like, I don't necessarily like going around cussing. That's not my life. I don't walk around dropping F-bombs. But if that's what I have to do to get a person to pay attention for 5 seconds so that they can hear the thing that's going to help them, fuck you. That's what I'm doing. He didn't say that. That's how I'd say it. But it's total empathy. Like, it's weird that I cuss somewhat purposely. I also, it's not always on purpose. I also use that type of language to convey emotion. So if I am cussing a lot, that's how I'm expressing excitement or anger or just, you know, whatever. So yeah, I appreciate that, man. God bless you. You're messing with my zen, man. Tell him, Rain. That's great. You didn't have to correct yourself, Rain. I got the reference from Flynn. Jeff Bridges is one of my favorite people on the planet, bro. Come on. How can you not like Jeff Bridges? He's one of the actors I've never met, though. I need to holler at that dude. Like, yo, Jeff, I know you don't know me, so this is weird, and you think I'm a stalker. I'm not. I'm not a starstruck dude. I just really like your demeanor. Oh, man. But, yeah, Chris, thank you for the donation, brother. That means the world to me, that you would take of your resources and put it in our camp to hopefully do some good with it, guys. Or good with it, sir. God bless you. Thank you. Harley says, yo, Bryant, how do you choose between a job you love and a job you'll regret not pursuing when you're older? You need to give me more information. That's not a choice. Like, I need to know what because what you're trying to get me to do for you is your math, right? You guys all come to me to do the math part of your critical thinking. So let's break that apart, right? So you have a job that you love. Let's define what are the circumstances and things that make you love that job, all right? Now, this other job that you got to get, you'll regret not pursuing. Why are you going to regret not pursuing it later? And why is it less attractive than the job that you would be leaving? That's important. I can't advise you without knowing those things. Which, like, that conversation immediately shows you why it's hard to help people on the planet. Because people who need help often can't even articulate the fucking problem they're in. They need help doing that. And I'm not saying that to pick on Cap. That is all of us. Like, there are times where my wife has to work with me like, what are you actually struggling with? I don't know. I'm fucking crazy. That's what's wrong with me. You know, humans need time to process and figure shit out. So they come to others to do that. That's why we need each other, y'all. Because you guys do it for me all the time. You guys have helped me figure out shit even on this show. Like, oh, that's what's happening. Go. So, yeah, I need to know those two things, Harley, and then I can help you out. Is it time to go, baby? All right, gang. Harley, I'm going to have to get you on the next one, brother, man. My wife has said it is time to depart, and I got to bounce. Chris, thank you so much again for donating. I'm sorry, say what, babe? Oh, yeah, I'll be back. Maybe not tonight. We'll see if we're streaming again tonight, depending on what time my wife lets me get home from this extravaganza of hers. But I'll give you at least a cool little landscape to look at here with some fire in the background. Something chill to look at. I'll take the last comments and get up out of here. Chris says, I'm buying them on audio. Okay, so Chris, you are on the book club. Awesome. Very glad to hear that. And then, oh, Chris goes on to say, I've also sent that list to 3 of my managers and 2 friends that may be business partners. Dude, you rock. Yes, Chris, you must keep coming. Chris, I want to get you connected to some of the other people in my community, dude. With what you're up to, I promise you, people like Rain Man here do things that could probably help you in your business. And if you guys just talk to each other, you'd immediately find ways that you're mutually beneficial to each other. So, Chris, if you're not already on our Discord, do that. In fact, I'll get you there. Hold on. Make this easy. We're going to mess up the feed here for a second. There's our Discord right there. If you just look up Bryant Chambers Movement, if you're not there already, I mean, you're already ahead of the game. You're probably already there. But yeah, definitely connect. His name's Ryan, not Rain in real life. But connect. Let's get you connected with the folks here, because I promise you what you're up to, there's probably people here that can help you go fast. And this isn't about consulting or money changing hands or none of that freaking Hollywood business horse shit. It's just about cool people doing cool shit, trying to help each other out. All right, so yeah, man, definitely get connected. Chris, if you're doing the 52 book challenge, you are in the book club. That is the book club, so you're good. Like, I guess the only thing you would add to it is joining the Discord server and writing the summaries every week. But that was voluntary. The only people who had to do that were my Spartans. It was mandatory for them to do it, which you can see how many of them are delinquent. I guess one of them has permission not to do it, because he checked with me. But yeah, the Discord part is optional. As long as you're getting the books and getting good information in you, then we're winning. Ryan says he would love to fall madly in love with a young woman someday who really enjoyed Tron 2 as well. So I can drop one line. Ready the light runner, we're going to town. Dude, you're going to have to find a really obscure woman to even get that. I mean, what woman's going to love Tron as much as me to know that line? Like, good luck. If you find her, you won. Yeah, and Harley, let's revisit that conversation. If I come back later tonight, promise me you'll come back so we can finish this dilemma you're faced with. I promise you there's an easy solution, or at least a simple solution. It may not be easy to do, but there is a simple way to look at it that'll help you make your decision and get it right. Professor 7809 on Discord. Roger, I'm on it, but I haven't used it. Okay, you're the man. Awesome. Hey, gang. Special shout out to Chris and correct me somewhere down the road. I'm saying Burkett, but it may be Burkett, which was the last name of somebody I had. Well, I probably shouldn't say that. Let me keep my personal life from the past private. But anyway, God love you guys. Bless you. We are stronger than I. It's 8 now. Depending on when I get back, we might stream later, but we'll definitely be back tomorrow with either this, NBA 2K22, or Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Those are one of the 4 games we'll start rotating in. So the games we're going to start rotating in are Elex 2, now that we're done with Elden Ring, at least for now. If Elden Ring eventually creates a way to make that final boss fight actually enjoyable and that's my one olive branch I'll give the From Software group. If there's a way to win that boss fight that I just haven't figured out, and I'm not going to spend 90 fights figuring out, but some nerd does it, and there's a way to do it where it's actually fun to have the fight, I'll go back and finish it. Until then, I'm done with From Software's games forever. And it's not like a manifesto of fuck them, it's just a guy realizing they make shit that I don't like. So I got to walk away. But hey, I gave them 100 hours of my life. What more could they ask for? And they collected, I'm sure, a ton of data on my playstyle. Like, hey, From Software, if you collected data on me, you know how everyone who hates your games plays it now. So if you want to make a game for us, now you know what to do. Cool. So yeah, we're going to rotate between Tiny Tina's Wonderland, Chorus, the spaceship shooter, Elex 2, Electric Boogaloo, and NBA 2K22. All right? Love you guys. We are stronger than I. See you back here soon.